Hi, I'm Jerry Davis. Welcome. I want to talk to you about the Hawaiian missile alert, the alleged false alarm, the warning that got sent because a single operator down in the bunker accidentally pressed the wrong button. That's a bullshit story. And there's a lot more to this that you need to know. So let's just recap a few things right now. I'm just looking at your screen. You can see it says Hawaii governor attributes false missile warning to an employee pushing the wrong button. You got to understand that telling a state, Hawaii, Texas, New York, California, whoever, that there is an incoming nuclear missile, take cover, is a big deal. You don't accidentally press the wrong button. You sit your coffee down and it sends an incoming nuclear missile warning. It doesn't happen that way. There are safeguards in place to make sure that those accidental warnings don't happen. And it's true that mistakes do happen. They can. Anytime you have systems in place. I mean, it's a miracle, really, that a nuclear missile hasn't been launched against one of our enemies, or that one of our enemies haven't accidentally launched a nuclear missile against the United States. But there are safeguards in place. Well, just as there are safeguards in place for launching nuclear missiles, there are safeguards in place for warning against incoming nuclear missiles. I mean, that could, would create just incredible chaos. In fact, it could trigger a world war. Because if you have an incoming nuclear missile warning accidentally going off, the United States has computer systems like NORAD that they're designed to automatically detect incoming nuclear missiles and take appropriate measures. Well, so here's this Hawaiian thing where these Hawaiians get together in their Hawaiian church and they say, hey, yeah, the guy accidentally bumped it. And then the governor couldn't send like a cancellation notice or, oh, wait, do-over is an accident. We didn't really mean it. That didn't happen. A lot of conversation about this. The person who sent the false Hawaii missile alert is refusing to cooperate. Well, why do you think that is? He's just being told, they picked out somebody and they said, okay, Bill, you're the person that you're going to have to take the heat for this. And it's your duty as a patriotic American, and we appreciate your service. You're just going to have to refuse to cooperate. The less you say, the better. Because if somebody gets on there and they start talking about it, they'll start giving details. And so sharp-minded people will say, well, wait a minute. Okay, so then, and they'll start dissecting it and forensically investigating it, and pretty soon they'll prove that the guy's just a damn liar. So the best course of action for the government here is to say, don't talk to the press, just refuse to cooperate. So he's refusing to cooperate with the FCC. Well, that's a big-time government agency. They have significant authority, and they can punish people. So there has to be some major inducement for this guy not to talk to the FCC. I mean, you would think if he accidentally talked about him, accidentally launched this missile warning or fired this missile warning off, then he would be more than willing to say, yeah, like I was sitting there minding my own business and I was doing this or I was doing that, and click, off goes the warning. So we need to fix that, and maybe what we should do is this, but no, that's not happening. There's no changes here. They're not talking about changes. He's not talking to them at all. Someone told him at a very high level, don't talk to the Federal Communications Commission. So it came from a federal level, not a state level. Is somebody at a federal level saying, don't discuss this? Okay? Because they don't want to give folks like me and you more ammunition to work with. So this is a big deal. This is on Time Magazine or Times website, and they have things to say about it. And I don't care what they have to say about it. The truth is, if you have a warning system like that, then you're going to have you're going to have some safeguards in place to prevent accidents like this from happening. And a safeguard commonly is you have several layers of administrative, but you can't have too many because it's an incoming missile warning. I mean, you've got to make decisions quickly. So somebody has to say, just to verify the signature, yep, this, I mean the signature of the missile, yeah, that's what this is. And so you're going to have two people that do something simultaneously, like stick a key in. And I'm told that there are 2 key slots 8 feet apart in that Hawaiian bunker, and that takes 2 individuals, each with their own key. They have to insert their keys, turn them simultaneously, and that activates the incoming missile warning. Okay, that's probably what happened. You know what the governor said? People were saying, why didn't you send the cancel? It took like 40 minutes. 40 minutes for them to go, well, where'd that damn missile go? It's gone. Well, let's don't say, well, maybe we should cancel it. No, don't cancel it yet. That's what happened. Don't cancel it yet. There was a missile here. There was a missile war. There was a missile. It was. We could see it. It was the warning. We sent it. It was there, and they would have it recorded. So yeah, it was there. 40 minutes go by, and they said, "Well, hell, maybe it was a glitch." So what does the governor say? He couldn't find his Twitter password. Yeah, that's how he was going to tell everybody, oh, never mind on the missile. He's going to use Twitter. And he couldn't find his password. Well, A, you don't use Twitter for things like that. Twitter is a joke for the masses. You don't use that for incoming missile warnings. What? Okay. And second, I don't have any passwords for my stuff either. They're all encrypted, and I, do what I do. I don't remember any of them, and thank God, because I couldn't. I have about a dozen different passwords that I use, and I can't remember what all my passwords are, and he can't remember what all his passwords are, but his browser will. Your browser does the same thing. When you go to log into Google or whatever, you don't type in your password every time. If you go log into Twitter, you don't use your password every time. It automatically populates the password field for you. So the governor's lying. Interesting. Let's watch this little video. It's 2 minutes and 31 seconds long. This guy has a sister who works on a tour boat. There were about, let's say, 9, 24, 25 or so people on this tour boat out on the west side of Hawaii. They all saw something real bright in the sky that went boom.
My sister has lived in Maui for 8 years, and so what she is finding out is that a group of boaters that actually run a tour company say now that they saw something get blown out of the sky. So they said it looked like a meteor, and then all of a sudden it was a big boom, and it lit up the entire sky, and it was 8 o'clock in the morning. So I don't know what to make of that. Maybe this was not a drill after all. Maybe our boys in blue and our boys in green shot it down. And I would think that the United States would not want to cause more panic if they did try to launch something at Hawaii. And of course they would say it was a mistake. They took responsibility very quickly that it was a mistake. Very well could be a mistake, and this could totally be bullshit. But I just had to relay that. I wonder if more stuff is going to come out. It's a group of 9 guys, and I think 13 or 14 tourists that all saw it explode. And now, I guess they put their stories on one of the local news channels, and it got pulled almost immediately. And now when I look, there's even weird notifications on a message my sister sent me. So really, really, really weird. Anyways, there's probably, I mean, I don't get, and then I'm hearing things like there was supposed to be 5 stages, and I'm hearing that from different people, like Lisa Haven, so that's probably not true either, but they say there's 5 stages to do that kind of alert. So it's not just one button, somebody puts their elbow on it, and then boom, you've got every cell phone in Hawaii going off. Really, really weird. Anyways, yeah, what do you guys think?
I think it was an incoming missile, and I think that we're being lied to. But I don't think the North Koreans had anything to do with it. Also, this is an item of interest. Former President Clinton visits the Big Island, and note, January 14th. Bill Clinton was there on the island. So was Huma Abedin. And that's kind of interesting. Jerome Corsi, if you follow political news, you've probably heard of Jerome Corsi. He's a brilliant writer, just a very intelligent, hard-working, investigative PhD. He is pretty amazing. So anyway, he tweeted this: QAnon just reported former President Obama just today formally hired legal counsel. Breaking news. This is heating up fast now. Why is this important? Well, it's great that Obama's being driven to hire some attorneys. Why do you think that is? So, here's QAnon's thing. Obama formally retained counsel 9/WW. God bless you all. Q. So, some of us think that this 9/WW is a law firm that is ranked 9th worldwide for whatever it does. It's its specialty. That's what we think. Well, I followed a lead and ended up with some law firm that handles restructuring national debt, like for Greece and Italy and Turkey. And I thought, nah, that's doesn't seem right. So I looked for something else, and I found this website called Vault, and they've got the 2018 Vault Law 100, top 100. Okay, so I'll go down to number 9, and it's Gibson, Dunn, and Crutcher. Appellate law. That's interesting. High stakes work. That's interesting. So I clicked on the link and it took me here. Gibson, Dunn, and Crutcher. And this is a truly phenomenal law firm that specializes in constitutional law. This might be the one. Let's just take a look at what I have highlighted in blue. Gibson Dunn is perhaps best known for its litigation practice. Well, that's where, lawyers get in a courtroom and they argue. Particularly its appellate and constitutional law groups. See that? Constitutional, particularly them. The American lawyer named the firm the 2016 Litigation Department of the Year, an unprecedented third win in this biennial competition since 2010. This followed the Gibson Dunn's also unprecedented back-to-back wins in 10 and 12 as a Litigation Department of the Year final. Okay, then these guys have argued over 100 cases before the United States Supreme Court. Yeah, that's who I'm talking about. This is exactly who Barack Obama would want to hire. He knows that his ass is about to get thrown into the fire. Why is that? Well, according to Business Insider, this is Business Insider report, says Trump can't let go of the Obama birth certificate conspiracy. This is dated November 29th, so just a couple of months ago. Okay? November 29th, so you've got the full month of December, and then as soon as Christmas and all that stuff is over, Obama hires some lawyers. Huh. New York Times says, and this was, where's the date on this? November 28th. So right about the same time. One senator listened as the president revived his doubts about Mr. Obama's birth certificate. The senator chuckled on Tuesday as he recalled the conversation. The president, he said, has a hard time letting go of his claim that Mr. Obama was not born in the United States. And, of course, the senator's anonymous. Good old New York Times. Well, I have a hard time letting go of it, too. The Arpaio investigation proved that the Obama birth certificate was a fake, and he spent, who knows, a few $1 million with a lot of top-notch investigators proving that this alleged birth certificate, oh, I don't have a picture of the birth certificate, is a fraud. And I've got a link to this video on my website. I've got a link to a lot of information on my website, and the link will be in the description below. But Arpaio proved it. It is fake. Absolutely rock solid. Here's some more evidence. Obama birth certificate is fake. Is heading to Congress. It was photoshopped. Big time. The atmosphere in Washington will be different under Trump, who will be inaugurated Jan 20, since he publicly questioned Obama's birth certificate in 2011. During this election season, he states he believes Obama was born in Hawaii. Well, of course. Hell, if I was running for president and I had like 17 other Republican contenders and I was facing Hillary Clinton and I had a lot of work to get done, do I want to say, oh yeah, Obama's birth certificate is fake? Hell no, I don't. I don't want to deal with that. I can win and then I can deal with it. So, of course, he said, yeah, oh yeah, I think it's real. See, the issue is that the United States Constitution requires the president to be a natural-born citizen, but does not define the term. Scholarly works cited by the founders defined it as a citizen at birth born in the country to two citizens of the country, or merely the offspring of two citizens of the country. The birth certificate Obama displayed on the White House website as proof positive of his eligibility states he was born in Hawaii to an American mother and a Kenyan father. Well, his forged birth certificate says that his father was a Kenyan, not an American, and that alone makes him, I mean, they can't even forge it and put enough lies in there. So not only the forgery disqualifies him as well. That's Obama. It's not just us. I mean, people around the world are interested in this too. I found this, the Israel Science and Technology Directory, and they deal with science for the most part. But they say here, since this is a site of science and technology, there's a need to explain why this site dedicates a page to expose forgery about a document related to Mr. Obama. Mr. Obama, President of USA, currently leader of the free world, most powerful country in the Western Hemisphere. The policies pursued by Mr. Obama affects the whole world and not just the USA. So, hang on a minute. The forged birth certificate used to be online at whitehouse.gov, but it is gone now. But I did see it when it was online. The analysis presented below reveal without a doubt that the long-form birth certificate of Mr. Obama is a fabricated, fake, and forged document. Okay, I mean, how much does it take? It's fake. It doesn't matter if the Democrats want to believe it. It's fake. Ton of links here, and I also have those links on my website so you can go and review this. But I believe that that's what this battle's all about. Report, this is on CNN, Trump continues to question Obama's birth certificate. Now, why is this important? Because of this right here. The secret Navy behind the ballistic missile attack on Hawaii. You see, Obama is about to be taken to court and likely to lose. Deep State, Donald Trump is beating the hell out of Deep State. And we want to thank the Lord God Yahuwah for that and pray for Donald Trump. Deep State is desperate. And as Obama gets slowly pinned to the wall for his Barry Soetoro lying forged birth certificate, everything he's done will be illegal. Every act, everything that has his signature on it will be invalidated. He's going to wipe out everything he did. because of that forged birth certificate. Isn't that great? So, what's Deep State going to do? Well, they're in panic mode. And they're thinking, hey, look, the fastest, shortest distance between two objects is a straight line. Let's start a war. We'll knock out all this Deep State talk. We'll knock out any interest in the Mueller investigation. Mueller's a thief himself, and he was an enabler for 9/11. And it's proven, it's documented, and it's in court documents. So but you think, well, how the CIA wouldn't do that? I think that CIA actually launched a missile, probably non-nuclear, but launched a missile at Hawaii. They have the technology and the means. And this is an article here about the secret Navy behind the ballistic missile attack on Hawaii. So there was a missile. That guy that in the video we saw, his sister on the boat with about 25 or so other people, and they all saw it in the TV show. The local news station interviewed them, and then the video was yanked the next day. It happened. So this guy, he's writing about, this is on exopolitics.org. One sign of this extreme tension came last week when a missile from a Cabal submarine was stopped from hitting Hawaii, and the submarine was sunk, Pentagon sources say. Who? They never say, But it doesn't mean it's not true, but it doesn't mean that it is true. However, there's a lot of evidence. Media outlets around the world have reported that Hawaiian residents all received the following warning on their... but later this was reported to be a false alarm. Well, it was not. It was an attempt by the Cabal to blame the attack on North Korea and use it as a trigger for their long-desired World War III. Now you think, and as in any normal, rational human being, they're going to think, well, no way. Rational people don't do such things. Oh, here we go. Court documents show that Mueller was involved in a 9/11. I'm not going to spend much time on this, but I have it quoted in an article that I wrote on my website. But this New World Order, this globalism, it's real stuff. The Illuminati, real stuff. Satanism, real stuff. Human sacrifices, real stuff. Antichrist, real stuff. There's a neat quote here. It says ballistic missiles was an attempt by the Cabal. Okay, so this is another, same quote. Same quote. But this is from exopolitics.org, the secret Navy behind the ballistic missile attack, and there's some great information in here. It says, word here in Hawaii, so this is somebody on the ground in Hawaii. It says, word here in Hawaii is that a group of tourists and tour guides were on a boat 100 miles offshore Saturday morning around 8 a.m. when they witnessed what they thought to be a meteor blowing up over the ocean. It was reported on Hawaiian Channel 2, but then removed from their website. It was reported. And then there's a discussion here of these particular submarines that could do certain things and definitely launch. So back several years ago, Hawaiian Senator Daniel Inouye, and if you're old enough, you remember him. I think he died a few years ago, but he made a speech about the existence of a shadowy government within the U.S. with its own separate military assets. The hell you say, Davis? And here's a quote. There exists a shadowy government with its own Air Force, its own Navy, its own fundraising mechanism, it's just selling drugs. Poppy fields in Afghanistan. The damn military, our soldiers were assigned to, excuse me, I've got whatever it is that's going around. They were assigned to protect the poppy fields. Yeah, we were defending the poppy fields. Spencer Tillman, that linebacker for the Phoenix Cardinals that in 9/11 he went and joined. He was going to, the Special Forces, he found out about it and he was going to blow the whistle. And then wow, son of a gun, he got shot. Friendly fire. It was an accident. He was going to blow the whistle on the CIA. Tillman. Yeah, you can Google that up. Anyway, so this is a speech. You can watch the video. Oh, yeah. This is a question. What U.S. government agency would have the ability to raise its own dark fleet outside the regular chain of military command and presidential executive authority. The only U.S. agency capable of doing so is the Central Intelligence Agency. More specifically, we're talking about the CIA's Directorate of Operations, formerly called the Clandestine Service, which runs all of its global covert operations. That's the whole big worldwide spy business, where a dark fleet would have been developed to meet operational requirements. Essentially, this gave the CIA the power to generate large amounts of money through covert means and launder it however it wished through the Pentagon and the U.S. bureaucracy. The funding was used for an unofficial black budget that by 2001 excuse me, was estimated to be as high as $1.7 trillion a year. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. As far as the CIA having its own submarines, a Washington Times article from January 3rd, 1985 shows that 2 ballistic missile submarines, USS John Marshall and Sam Houston, were handed over to a 2,000-man Special Operations Force. It can be guaranteed that the CIA's Directorate of Operations would have similarly justified the acquisition of ballistic missile-capable submarines for its own covert operations around the world. Yes, they do have it. As noted earlier, the CIA and Lockheed have developed a long and close relationship to develop Area 51 for spy planes and other advanced technologies in the 50s. Therefore, it is very possible that the CIA's Dark Fleet possesses Trident II ballistic nuclear missiles developed by Lockheed Martin. And this is a gentleman named Corey Good was questioned about this, and his response is yes, they do have an aircraft carrier and destroyers and support vessels, a whole fleet. This stuff has been part of a recent briefing in the form of informed speculation as to what occurred in Hawaii, Japan. Okay, so this has come up. This isn't just some stuff that floated out of the air like pollen. This is discussed at the highest levels of power and authority in the United States government. All are pretty convinced that rogue CIA sub-fired missiles and all those letters, a secret space program, took the missiles out. We are all waiting for specifics and confirmation, but these are read-in general colonel types doing the speculating. Okay, so this is a big deal. And yeah, okay, that's all that I have on that. But that's my story. That Hawaiian missile alert was a real alert. And the missile was fired by someone within the CIA, not North Korea, not China, in order to start a war to end Donald Trump's relentless, successful, and succeeding attack against deep state. Support Donald Trump. Back him up. And when this birther thing comes, put links everywhere you go. Send links to your friends. Go to the discussion groups and forums and tweets. And we need to fight back. We can't just let Trump carry the water. We've got to. If we don't help him, we don't deserve him. And he's a cool dude. Man's got a lot of guts. He's a billionaire. Could have spent the rest of his life on his yacht smoking cigars and drinking champagne and hanging out with his gorgeous wife. And instead, he took on this job for no pay. He's not getting paid. He's doing it for free. So help him. You know, you say you're an American. You say you believe in USA, USA. Well, all right. It's time to fight. Believe me, I face obstacles doing the things that I do, but you know what? I'm back. I'm back. I know I'm watched. That's because I'm effective. And they haven't seen a damn thing yet. I'm Jerry Davis. Go Trump!